Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Wok with Tak. The wok is actually really versatile. You can use it for many other type of functions as well. Now, keeping the wok clean and well cared for is important because it makes cooking far more fun and pleasurable. If you use a carbon steel wok, when you bring it home, it looks shiny and pristine. But very quickly, even after the first use, discoloration will occur due to the heat. But that change is not important and it will not affect the function of the wok at all. If you are using a light cast iron wok, you will not notice any difference because both the inside and outside of the wok is covered with a light black oil-based coating. Cleaning the wok after each use is very easy. It takes less than half a minute. And I use specifically a type of brush called Palmyra Brush, which make out of pine bristles. And they are excellent for cleaning the wok, and they are relatively large, so you can clean the wok efficiently just with a few swipes. Cleaning a 14-inch wok with a Palmyra brush is perfect because the size of the brush and also the curvature of the wok makes it a perfect match. I usually clean them under running hot water, and normally it only takes me about 20-30 seconds and I will have my wok nice and clean. One little trick I want to tell you is that in order to prevent food particles to stuck in the bristle of the brush, I usually use my wok spatula and to kind of just scrape the bottom of the wok to get rid of all the food particles and then rinse it with water before I use the brush to clean it. Most of the time the Palmyra brush is pretty good in just dislodging whatever food particles that might stuck to the bottom of the wok, but occasionally something might burn into the wok and the Palmyra brush just will not be able to get it off. The first method is very easy and straightforward because the stainless steel spatula can be used as a scraper as well. So if I have food particles that are stuck to the bottom of the wok, I use the spatula to scrape it off before I brush it with the Palmyra brush, and usually that does the trick very well. This method works best if you do not let the wok sit for a long time after you finish cooking. Most of the time I clean my wok right away after I cook each time, and then I will clean it with the Palmyra brush, and I will dry the wok, and usually with a sponge first, and then I dry it with a paper towel or a cloth. But most of the time what I like to do best is that I will put the wok on the stove, and because I have a gas electric stove, and it takes a while for the heat to dissipate, so I just put the wok on top of it and let the heat to finish drying the wok. I find one way for me to save time is not to wash the wok between dishes. I will start out with cooking the dish with light flavor first, followed by cooking dish with stronger flavor. This way I don't have to wash the wok each time. However, occasionally due to poor planning, I might end up burning a lot of food on the wok, and in this case usually happens when I do not plan properly. In this case, the approach actually is not too bad. So what I would do is that I will fill the wok with water and heat up the water, and while the water is heating up, I will use the wok spatula to scrape whatever burn material that might attach to the bottom of the wok. Actually, that works out quite well. However, this approach for cleaning the wok usually will remove the seasoning, and I will have to re-season the wok, but simply by frying an egg. So in addition to what I discussed above, I have some additional pointers that I would like for you to keep in mind. First, always dry the wok thoroughly before storing. Second, use the wok spatula during the cooking to dislodge any burn particles that might stuck to the surface of the wok. Third, reseason the wok as you see needed by simply frying an egg, and you can always put the egg aside and eat it later. And fourth, store the wok in a dry place. Fifth, use the wok regularly. If you keep some of this pointer in mind, you will find that cooking with a wok using both stir fry or other cooking techniques is a pleasurable and fun activity.